Alright, hello everyone. So today I'm just going to share how I mount my 124 scale bodies to my K969. This is one example. This is the Fujimi RX7 mounted to the K969 body, and this is at 102 millimeter wheelbase. So there you go. And basically I am using magnet mounts, so I can easily remove it and put it back whenever I need to. Okay, so in the chassis, as you can see, I just put in screws. One screw at the back and one screw at the front. Basically, you can use any screw big enough to bind with the magnet. Don't use two magnets, like magnet at the chassis, magnet at the body, because that will lead to breaking something. Now, using a piece of metal in either the chassis or the body, and the magnet on the other end, that is more ideal. It's strong enough to hold both the body and the chassis together, and it won't be that hard to separate them. So I just made this mount. It's just basically a piece of plastic. You can use any plastic here, and I had to do this because of the ride height. I needed to adjust the ride height. So you can basically place this here if you want to, or longer, shorter, depending on the type of bodies that you'll be using. And the front, this is a screw as well, I think from the RX4, but you can use any screw, and it's held in this transparent plastic, which I locked in using these two screws. Just ignore this one, I'm going to cut this later. I used to have like a screw and nut lock with the Evo 6, which I am not using anymore because I'll be using this magnet setup, which is going to be universal. Like I can use any body, any type of bodies for this setup using this same chassis. So that's how the setup for my chassis. And then with the body, is actually simpler. So I just put in the magnet under the hood directly, and then at the back I just place some kind of a foam. So you can use a foam, any kind of plastic that can hold a magnet in place. And I just had to make this mount for the ride height. So depending on the body that you're using, you might not, or you might need this. It really depends on your setup, or on your ride height as well. But for me, this is going to be universal. Like whatever body I'll be using, I'll be using the same setup. Magnet under the hood is going to be fixed. If I need to adjust the height, then I might put something in between. Same thing for the rear. I'll be just adjusting the mount for the ride height, but it's gonna be the same exact setup for all the bodies I'll be using for my RX7. And pretty much that's it. It's easy to separate, easy to connect as well. And that is it. This is gonna be my setup for all the bodies that I'll be using. just can't show you the other RX-7 because I'm still waiting for the paint to dry on that one. Alright, that is it. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit like, and share my video.